Hi, my name's Brevin. I'm one of the incoming first year students. This is the image here that I'm going to be using for my picture in a minute. I'm sure this seems a little nondescript here, but I promise the image is kind of interesting. It's an image of this memorial called Proctor's Ledge, which is in Salem, Massachusetts. So to preface things a little bit, the last 2 years I was doing a pre-doc in Boston. I'm originally from Maryland. I was born and raised there, went to undergrad there, so it never left what we call the DMV, the DC, Maryland, and Virginia area. So when I learned I was going to be going to Boston, I wanted to do as much sightseeing as possible. In particular, I kind of wanted to see a lot of the historical stuff, especially the stuff, every American learns about in school and that kind of thing. So for me, that was like Salem. I really wanted to see where the Salem witch trials happened. Um, as it turned out, I didn't actually do as much sightseeing as I hoped I would. It wasn't really until the end of my time in Boston, maybe like the last month or so, that I really started to go out and do some sightseeing. Um, so Memorial Day weekend, I decided to go out to Salem, and I spent the day there touring the city, and I ended at Proctor's Ledge. So Proctor's Ledge is where the actual executions happened during the Salem witch trials. It was actually kind of disputed where they happened for like the better part of a century. A lot of people thought it was at Gallows Hills, but some historians, like in the 2000s, figured out that this is actually where it happened. And it's maybe a little hard to see in the image, but if you kind of zoom in, those like stones that have the inscriptions on them, those are the names of people that were executed and the date on which they were executed. Another thing too is I guess maybe from the way just people talk about them, I had assumed that there was like hundreds of people that were executed, and that this was like over years and years that this whole thing happened. But it turns out I don't think there were maybe more than like 20 people that were executed. I mean, executing one person for being a witch is too many, but I just from all the kind of publicity and infamy the witch trials get, I guess I thought it was bigger. Another thing too is it all happened like in the span of like 1 year. I think it was like 1692, and not even like the entire year. It was maybe just that summer and winter, or summer and fall rather. Um, so yeah, it was really interesting to be there. I was really glad I got to go there before I left. As morbid as all of this is, um, I think the city kind of takes like a lighthearted approach to it. Like it's very much kind of a touristy place to be. Like people even dress up as witches, when they visit Salem. And one of my hopes, ex being in Berkeley, is that since I'll be there for so much longer, I'll kind of get an opportunity to do a lot more sightseeing. See a lot more things in California that I never got to see because I never lived there. And yeah, that's my picture in a minute. I hope you guys enjoyed. I'm excited to see everyone else's and meet everyone soon. Thanks.